All right, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. Today we're going to look at what are the odds of a Bitcoin crypto peak in 2021, aka the next 7 weeks. Are we going to do it? What are the odds of it based on the Pi Cycle Top Indicator? If you like the video today, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter, Telegram, and Patreon if you want to follow us along the rest of this cycle. So let's kick it off. We looked at this yesterday, right? We made a video yesterday about the Pi Cycle Top Indicator. And we looked at where we are in this cycle. Look at the green line. Our top, it's when the orange crosses the green, right? So look where we are now. We're kind of right in the middle of these lines. But what's interesting to note is where, how far apart they are. Let's take a look. And we'll look at history too and see where we are. So we're about, 75% away, right? So from crossing, right? These have to cross. That's where it signals the Bitcoin Pi Cycle Top, right? So look at the last, let's put it on the BLX. The BLX lets us look at more data. So we can go way back in history. This is the 2013, 2014 double peak cycle that we think we're kind of trying to rhyme with. Not necessarily repeat or mirror, but rhyme with said moves. So far, we're doing pretty good with this peak. However, there are a few key differences that we're going to look at. So strap in, buckle up, whatever you want to do, grab some popcorn, or just exit out right now if you don't want to learn anymore. So as we said, we're about halfway in this cycle. So between these two lines, they have to cross. Look at 2022. Here it is right here. It's not that far away. We can even draw a line if you're incapable of seeing what I'm spotting. Right there. There is the last day of the year right there. Are we going to get a Pi Cycle Top? Is this orange going to cross this green before here? I'm going to lay out some charts today. We're going to look at the facts, and I'll let you decide if you think that's logically possible or not. I'll try to just relay the facts, and you can decide whether or not you think that orange is going over that green within the next handful of days there. All right, so let's look at history. Look at our bottom here. Let's kind of the last touch point that we know of so far, right? It doesn't have to be our last touch point, but we're pretending, right? As we said in yesterday's video, we're pretending this is our last touch point, and we are in fact going into some kind of move like this. Okay, so a lot of people are calling for 90K plus by the end of the year. Are we going to get there? Let's look. So where could we be if we're here, right? So let's say we're about in the middle here, right? So let's look at how far these are apart when we're about in the middle. So that's 63%, even a little narrower than where we are now, right? So we could be a little bit farther ahead even here. So our last touch point, we're about halfway up, right? Would you agree with that? Roughly, right? Halfway. How long until we peaked and how far up did we go? 350% roughly in 158 days, which is what we looked at yesterday. If we're at a similar move, 350% up takes us to 280,000 roughly, right? And then 156-ish days, right? That takes us to, April of 2022. That is if we repeated this move. That move that we just did last year, right, was pretty significant, right? We went from way down yonder, $10,000 to over 65K, right? That is pretty impressive. So are we going to do that again? Are we going to get to $300,000 or $288,000 by April? Certainly a possibility, but let's go look at other moves and see what they say or what happened then. So 2017, which our cycle now is not necessarily remotely close to this one. We're kind of like alternating, right? We had a double peak before, and then a single peak, a lot different characteristics in this one, and then maybe a double peak again. So maybe they're alternating cycles, something like that. But that's neither here nor there. Let's look at if we can extract some data again, some data. So we had a lot of touch points, right? Look at all the orange points. It's hard to even take a measured move of a middle here. So let's pretend that this is it, right? And look how narrow these bands are already together. So that we're already further along in this cycle, 46%. So right now we're over 70%. These lines are separated. So we would have to make a more insane move than this. Let's see a rough estimate right in between, right after our touch point. We've taken off. We're still in between, under the green line. Okay, let's just, for S&Gs, take a measured move. Just 1,400% in 230 days. So what does that look like? 1,400%. Okay, well, we just did 300%. I'm going to scroll up here. 1,400% gets us to just $1 million. $1 million. And still, that would that was over. There you go. $1 million by next summer. Okay. I don't know if that's on anybody's books, but I don't know if we're going to repeat anything like that. But we don't think we are, right? We don't think we are, and we're not mimicking this characteristic of this cycle in any way, shape, or form. So let's go back to what we do think we are doing. Now, let's look at these two peaks. So here's our last touch point on the orange. Let me zoom in a little bit and note the parabolic move here. So we're between the line, right? We're underneath the line. Now, so far, we've mimicked this move on a weekly scale pretty close. However, there's a key difference. And that's coming right after I have a sip of water. All right, so the key difference is this November, back in 2013, we are already above the green line. We're still not even halfway to the green line. And not only that, but our lines are over 70% apart. They're half of that here. Half of that. So they're already really compressed, getting closer to crossing. The closer these are, the closer they are to crossing, right? Not only that, but let's just pretend that this is where we are in the cycle, right? Look at the move. There's another 850% move in how long? 50 days. 50 days. 836% move. Let's go look again. 3 hours later, we'll get over to the other side. Yes, I should have had another window up so we wouldn't have to scroll. I get it. So 850% in 50 days. Okay, well, the days say it could be possible. 850%, maybe somewhere down there. 850% gets us to $580,000. That is, I'm trying to relay the type of move we need to get these lines to cross to signal another pi cycle top. The previous 4 times the pi cycle has triggered, it's been eerily accurate. Just within a few days, you had your drop. So if we're going to do that again, that is the kind of move we would have to do. Highly unlikely in the next 50 days, an 800% move to 600K. It's only a 10x. If we can do a 10x in the next 50 days, I'll gladly buy each of you a pony. Whatever you want. If we 10x from here in the next 50 days, pick out your cars. We'll all go racing Ferraris in the ocean beach waters. Okay, I don't care if they're ruined. I'll buy another one. 10x in 50 days. You heard it here. You all get Ferraris or Lambos or whatever you want. Win Lambo, 10x in 50 days. That's Win Lambo. So Pi Cycle Top says unlikely this year, right? There's the line. I mean, can you see any way, shape, or form that this does it? Well, now you don't have to wonder. It takes an 800% move in any way, shape, or form. More than that, probably, right? Because we're so far apart still. We're still double that. I would say we're going to have like a 1,500% move in the next 50 days to get those lines to cross again. I mean, look how long it took here, right? That was a while. And if we do this move again, which is even that is improbable, diminishing returns, lengthening cycles, all that good stuff. Yeah, those are facts. Those are based on math. That's actually happening. The odds of us getting a pi cycle top. Now, if we do peak and we peak out at whatever that your favorite analyst on crypto YouTube has picked out for December, and we do go down, it'll be the first time that pi cycle top has been wrong, blatantly wrong, right? Way off, not even close by months, because this shows like maybe the soonest we could do is April by regular standards, and that would still take us to over $250,000 Bitcoin in the next 5 months. That's still impressive. So even that, but if we peak in this year, there can't be no more days like this, right? There's no more days like this. There needs to be 10%, 20% daily candles back to back to back to back to back. Like that's how we do that. That's how we go parabolic, and these lines would cross and we peak out and then bear market. You don't want that. We would like this to lengthen into well into 2022, in my opinion. I would love to peak in the summer or fall even. We could definitely get to 200K plus Bitcoin if that happened. I would love that. But the odds are, in my book, summer to spring, early spring. That based on this, based on maths, based on Teletubbies. I don't know. Let's see the crypto fear and greed index. We have a little bit of a concern here, right? So for tomorrow, we'll see how this plays out. But 84 back in October 21st. What did we do yesterday? 84, double top. You might say, well, who cares? Well, double tops on anything are not great. Look at this previous history. August 79. What did we do right before a drop? 79, double top. Okay, coincidence, right? Just these peaks are often come up and hit your head right at the same level, and then we pass out for a few minutes and then go back into fear. So if we do this, I don't expect a lull for like a month at a time or anything like that, right? I would expect something more like this, like a harsh drop, slap you across the face, throw you in cold water, polar bear club, and then right back out of it onto a sunny beach. Okay, so don't freak out if we drop in 10% in any given day. It'll be okay. You'll be fine. Okay, quote of the day: trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. I don't know about that one. There's a lot of dumb people walking around. Maybe you're not one of them. Don't be one of them. Be one of these people. Be smarter than you think you do. Car of the day. We haven't done one of these. Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes Petronas F1 car. I mean, I put this on this morning. I'm like, hey, I might as well do an F1 car today. I got the shirt. Do the car. There it is. There's the guy, the man, the myth, the legend. The best F1 drivers of all time. There he is in that car. Yeah, that's probably pretty fast. That could probably outrun the majority of anything on Earth. Just marginal 20-inch tires in the back. No problem. Cool looking car. Cool looking driver. He's fast. All right. That's the video. There's nothing else. My phone's ringing. And you get to, I don't know who it is. I'm not picking it up because I'm talking to you. And you're more important. Screw him. It's probably my wife. If it's you, I'm sorry. I'll see you in the next video.